So let's say that we want to actually swap from caution to BNB. Now you can see that it's supporting ice cream and few other tokens here. This BNB, I think is in bed 2 because bed 20 is not really showing. I have some assets in bed 20 and it's not visible at the moment. So now let's say I want to swap from Binance Core to, from caution to Binance on ice. So I say max. So that means this particular token is what I want to actually swap. So once I click on bridge, it's going to ask me to approve. Of course, that will charge me some fee, as you can see. But because I don't want to really swap it, because that is not the aim of this video, I will reject. But once you approve it, you come here and confirm, and that is it. So for this video, I'll just limit it at this particular extent. I will encourage you to use MetaMask for this particular bridge. Also, let's quickly look at this. Yeah, I'm going to switch the network to BNB. So I want to swap from BNB to, let's say, core. So now let me search for BNB. So you see BNB token is not supported. All right, you can only swap Dogecoin, all these supported token. Any other one that is not supported, you can't do it for now on ice cream swap bridge. Of course, you can try other bridge, but the major concept here is to show you how you are going to actually utilize the bridge. Now, let's click at this. Um, I want to actually show us some other. So, ice cream has a quick wiki. And what does that quick wiki means? That you can read about the project like a news outlet, uh, like Google, where your search engine, how it works. You can read about it. You can do blah 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 and blah. So when I clicked on it, it opened for me here. So I'm backing it now. Now you look at here, for instance, info and logs. All these are not really active for now. And then talking about the N. So I need to switch back the network. Okay, let's just switch it to big guys so that this interface will open. Then I click on core. Yeah, switch to core. So the network is a bit slow. Yeah, now it's active. So under the N, you see the farming. You understand, where you see liquidity farms and then you see staking at the top. So let's click on staking. Already we discussed about liquidity farms because it is the same thing as liquidity provider. So the word are being used interchangeably because farm, the word farm means that like you invested so that you can something can germinate. You understand? So but in the real sense of it, what you are providing is you are providing liquidity to a pool. What we call a pool is something that everybody contributes towards. All right. So a pool is a place where one or two or three, not just one, it's two or more people So 2 to infinity kind of people contribute towards a particular place or a particular thing. Now, when we say Bitcoin mining pool, we are talking about people generating the hash towards a particular pool so that it can help them to win more reward. So, earn passive income while you sleep. How do you do this? So, you look at this, you can actually stake a particular token. This is FSXM. Let me not bite my teeth. Bitcoin, you can stake Bitcoin, you can say stake and earn C Kishu. If you remember, we scout this token and we said that it is at this thing, it's too low, but the APY for it is very way too high. Now, if you look at all of these things, there are still tokens not really supported. So, what they are trying to do is a way of generating income towards this particular project. So, and word, you understand that even word itself is dumping, but these people are at the early stage, so and they're desperate, they're just adding some projects. If you look at this as well, uh, and Obo Finance, and this, so the income range is still way too high, and you can actually try using this. You can see it is live. So we can also go back to liquidity farms. So you check that one too. Now, the major reason why we are going through all this is because I want to show us Dex operation, and I want to sum it all up in this video so that the time is fast spent already. So you look at this. All right, thank you for telling me about MTN. I'm not currently using MTN data. So now you look at this. This is a pool. And how do you do a pool? It is, since it is about two core, S core and core pool. That means you have to provide both the two tokens, and they must be in a 50-50 ratio. That is, if you are buying $50 worth of S core, you must also have in reserve $50 of core. So both the two of them together, you now contribute. It might even be $1, $1, but the two must balance each other in terms of their costs. So you put that together and you enable the contract and you are already farming. So the same as ICE and NESCO, ICE and UST, you can look at the APY. So that means that if you leave it for 1 year, this is what it will generate for you. And if you look at this, this is actually a good way to generate income on a soft. Seriously, I would encourage anybody any day that this I would even prefer to those staking or just validators also. Although the difference is that validator set is more secure than this, because if a DEX is attacked and they attack the liquidity pool, men, there is nothing anyone can do about it. Your money is gone. But it is difficult for them to attack a blockchain. So based on security, validator set is highly secure. But that is also if you don't play around with your seed phrase. So but as regards to DEX, it gives more reward. You understand? So it gives more reward. So that's just the thing about this. So quickly, without wasting much time, I ought to have also used shadow interface and all, but I believe that I use that to show us video on liquidity provider already, and you can use that knowledge to also check whether pancake swap, unique swap, whatsoever swap, Venus, whatso. With that range of knowledge, you can get what all of these things is all about. So you look at this. This is giving us a graphical interface of what has been going on the chart within the 24-hour time range. It's just a quick one, and you can also check it this way. That is sellers. You want to check sellers. So sellers versus buyers, you can see that. And why are we doing all of this? Because we want to show people majorly the operations of a DEX. Now you see at the top they write swap. That is because majorly what you are doing is you are dealing with the pool. There is a pool that the algorithm has already equates a particular amount of core for a particular amount of ice. So whenever you want to say you want to buy ice or you want to sell ice, what you are actually doing is you are swapping with the pool. So not directly with a third party or a peer to peer like we want to call it, but in a way it's still an indirect peer to peer trade, where instead of a third party or an escrow, the pool serves as a reserve where I can put core and collect ice, or put ice and collect core. So the more people come to dump ice and collect core, there will be lesser core compared to ice, and that is why price used to dump. And if you have not provided a liquidity before in even this common this thing, you may not really understand what happens when project are listing and providing liquidity. So you need to understand all of this, and this will help you in your next trading behavior. So that is just the basic things. So for just uh, learning sake, for the sake of any newbie coming, so I'm going to swap, just to perform a swap trade. I'm going to swap back this. Now I want you to see the slippage. This kind of slippage setting now, you may not see it on, so I'll click on setting at the top. Okay, I want to use, instead of 2%, let me reduce it to 1%. You see where I typed, and if you look at here, it's changed to 1%. On shadow swap, before the slippage tolerance, you will see one pen like structure. You can click on it, it will help you to also swap. So those exchanges have different so I'll accept, they have different interface. So now I'm trading. I'm not supposed to actually sell it now, but I just have to. And waiting, transaction submitted, transaction submitted. Now you can see transaction receipt. So that means that if I close it now, it's a done deal already. You can see transaction complete. So yes, there you have it. I have sold or swapped the ice back to core. So that is just it. I know majority of everyone in that training group understand how to swap already, but like I said, for formality's sake, I have to still do it anyway. So that is just that as regards to this. I hope you learn one or two things about what we have done thus far. So thank you very much. Thank you all. So that will be all for today.